It's virtual conference coverage at Geekazine.
We've got Ray here from ViewSonic. Great to see you at PepCom. You guys got some new stuff. Why don't you tell us what's on the board there?
Okay, so yeah, I'll run you through the 5 physical products that we have here. There's a couple other stuff in our press kit, but specifically we're showing off one of our portable projectors, as well as 2 gaming monitors and 2 professionally focused monitors. So starting off with our portable projector, we have here the ViewSonic M2e. This is a compact 1080p portable projector. It has 1000 ANSI lumens brightness. It is actually a device that you can just throw in your backpack and take with you if you're doing a presentation or if you want to have some entertainment with you on the go. This is great for that. This is wall powered. It's not a battery powered device, but it does allow us to have that higher brightness and that higher resolution that you can't get in a true battery portable projector. Some of the cool stuff on this, it does have built-in Harman Kardon speakers and Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth to this projector, but it also has Bluetooth output. So if you have a source going into this that has audio, but you want to connect that to an external Bluetooth speaker, whether that be a receiver or a sound bar or just a Bluetooth speaker, there is Bluetooth output and a menu where you can connect that device to this projector.
Awesome.
Additionally, it has, as I mentioned before, the input there is an HDMI, full-size HDMI, also a USB Type-C. This one can support even like a Nintendo Switch without the dock. That's a use case that I've tried on this projector and it works really, really well. Also, if you want, there is onboard storage to store videos or music or whatever photos on here, but you can expand that with a micro SD card, which we have a slot for on here as well. And also a full-size USB. Full-size USB, if you have like a media stick that already has a bunch of media on it, you can connect that, or I mentioned the use case before with streaming devices. So if you got a Fire Stick or Google Chrome or a Chrome stick, you can actually use the USB here to power that device. So makes it more of a portable solution for entertainment. Again, just a really fun product. This one has a street price of $599. This one is the one sample that I've used personally, both in my home and while camping. And actually, I think it's a lot of fun. I really, really like this projector.
Now, you said it was 720p, or
this was a full 1080p. Full 1080p.
It's not a 1080p scaled, so it goes from 720 to 1080. It's straight up 1080p.
It is full 1080p. It'll support input signals from 480p all the way up to 4K, but the output to the screen will be 1080p.
Okay, and is that 30 or 60 frames or 60 hertz?
60 hertz.
60 hertz. Okay. So for gaming, would this be for gaming or just movies or karaoke night or something like that?
It is mostly an entertainment projector that I would say you'd probably use it mostly for like movie watching, but absolutely you can use it for gaming. It's really useful if you have like kids, especially if you're using like the main TV. You just have this thing, you can set it up anywhere, set it up outside, set it up on the ceiling, and game there as well. So gives you that additional flexibility. And the Harman Kardon speakers ensures that not only are you able to see it, but you're actually able to hear what's going on.
Okay, and once again, how many lumens does it put out?
It's 1,000 LED lumens.
1,000 LED lumens. Awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. So you have some monitors too.
Yes. So transitioning over to our monitor lineup that we're showing here at PepCom, we have these 2 gaming ones first. This one here is our VX3418-2KPC. That is a 34-inch ultra-wide gaming monitor with a 3440 by 1440 resolution and a 144 hertz refresh rate. It uses adaptive sync as its variable refresh rate tech. It's a VA panel with a very fast 1 millisecond response time. And for connectivity, it's got dual HDMI and dual display ports. So you can connect up to 4 separate computers or game consoles to this monitor at the same time and switch between them.
So would it do a 4-plex, or would it do side by side by side by side?
It would do them individually. I don't believe on this one there's a picture-in-picture functionality on the different ports, but we can verify and get back to you on that.
Okay, and that is a curved monitor, right?
This is a curved monitor. It's a 1500R curve. So basically, if we continued it all the way, it would have a 1.5 meter radius for a full circle. So a little bit tighter than an 1800R, not as tight as a 1000R.
Okay, perfect. And is it VESA mount able?
It is.
Or?
It is. Yep.
Okay.
With the stand removed, it's a 100 by 100 millimeter VESA mount compatible.
Is the power inside the monitor, or does it require a power wart system, or the G style plug? This
one does use a external power adapter. It's the only one of these four that we're showing today that does. All the rest of them have internal power supplies, but this one and some of our curved ones, it's actually down to the manufacturer that we work with for these. They prefer an external power supply.
Okay, sounds good. All right, continue on.
Yep. Last thing to say on this one, 300 nit brightness and a street price of about $450 when it's available next month.
Nice. Okay.
Moving on to the next one, this smaller gaming screen is a little bit more focused of a gaming product. This is our XG2431. It's a 24-inch full HD IPS with a 240 hertz refresh rate and a full AMD FreeSync Premium Pro. It's Premium Pro because it also supports HDR, so it is HDR 400 certified as well. So we see this as being a really good sort of esports arena style monitor. If you want to have a bunch of them set up in a tournament style play, because of the 240 hertz, because of the really fast IPS panel, this is a true native 1 millisecond IPS panel. Without OD, it can do 1 millisecond gray to gray. We think that this is going to be sort of the clearest picture you're going to get in fast motion, and we're targeting it at that esports customer for that reason.
Okay. What kind of ports does it have in the back? Did you say that?
This one is dual HDMI and DisplayPort. Okay,
those two. I noticed the AMD FreeSync on the both of those. Are all of these going to be FreeSync, or are you going to be doing? Do you have any NVIDIA monitors as well?
There are no G-Sync ones that we're showing here today. We do have G-Sync monitors in our lineup, just not new ones that we're showing at PepCon today.
Okay, so these are all FreeSync at this point. So, okay, perfect. Right. Okay, continue on.
Last thing to say on that one, very high brightness, 350 nit, again, HDR 400 certified, and street price would be about $350 when it comes out, again, in about a month or two.
Okay, and that's also VESA mount able, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. And then you have one more?
Two more.
Two more. Okay, go ahead.
So the next two that we're doing, these are they're running the same game demo, but they're actually more professional focused monitors. So this one here is the VP 2756-4K. VP is our ViewSonic professional line. So we're kind of going after an entry-level prosumer graphic design monitor. So This is a 27-inch IPS, full 4K. This one is a 60 hertz, not meant for gaming. But it is an sRGB color calibrated monitor. So delta E to the sRGB space of less than 2. Again, IPS, high brightness, good contrast, very good color reproduction, very good color saturation. It is a full ergonomic monitor, so that means that it's adjustable up and down. You can pivot it to 90 degrees, and it will also swivel. So adjustments for any customer who wants a more comfortable working environment, certainly.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people that do a lot of photo editing, a lot of people that do a lot of video editing, and then they just want to stop and play a game. So this looks like it can handle both without a problem.
It can. With the 60 hertz refresh rate, it's not going to be an ideal gaming solution. We actually, the last one that I'll talk about is even better for that dual use case. But you of course can still game on it. The 4K will give it really, really nice visual crispness. Okay. Other nice things about this monitor is that it's actually coming in at a really reasonable price. So this one will have a street price of about $499 when it hits the market. So for that entry-level prosumer calibrated 27-inch IPS 4K, that's a pretty good price.
How does the calibration work? Do you have like a device that you put over it? Does it self-calibrate when it turns on? How does that work?
It's calibrated from the factory. So when you buy it, you will get it with a full sRGB calibration, and you'll get a report on exactly how well your exact monitor did in that testing. we won't sell it to you unless it passed our internal stringent testing. If you then, after the fact, wanted to keep it in calibration, you would then need to obtain a color calibrator. But in our experience, it should take at least a few years before that calibration is even affected by the aging of the monitor. So it should stay in calibration for a very long time. Okay,
yeah, that was my next question: is how long would it take before it get out of calibration? So you said a few years, so that's awesome. That's awesome.
It takes a long time. It used to be with CRT monitors because they were so easily disrupted by Gaussian fields, magnetics, or whatever. They would go out of calibration almost monthly, and so they were calibrated all the time. With modern LCDs and the stability of that technology, it's really much less an issue about having to recalibrate. Some production houses just require it as part of that's their SOP. That's what they want to do. But it's not usually required to the same degree that it used to be.
Yeah, and in a situation like this, those types of places probably wouldn't get this monitor. They probably get maybe the next monitor or something like that. But even if you switch out the computer or the console or whatever to the other one, the calibration should be pretty much the same, right?
Yes, because we do calibrate the monitor. That's correct.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And then the last monitor?
The last monitor here, this is our VP3481A. This is the only one of the four that's actually available now. These are all coming in the next month or two. This one is actually available now. This is kind of our all bells and whistles monitor. It's a really great work from home solution, also a great going back to work hybrid solution. And the reason for that is because, and you kind of spoke to that dual usage before. This is the same size as this. So it's a 34-inch ultra wide, 3440 by 1440. This one actually has a 100 hertz refresh rate, even though it's focused at the professional, and it is AMD FreeSync as well. So it is an AMD FreeSync monitor, even though it's not really focused at gaming. It is still a very capable gaming device. It is sRGB calibrated, just like that 56 was, and it is an IPS display as well, and it is curved.
I was going to ask. It's harder to see that back there, but it is curved monitor. It
is a curved monitor. It's a little farther back, but yes, it is a curved 34-inch monitor. It is also HDR 400 certified, very high brightness. It does support 10-bit color. It's got an 8-bit panel with FRC to get to that 10-bit spec. And it also has a built-in KVM. So if you connect a keyboard and mouse to it, it will switch the computers depending on which input you have it on. So very useful. You have multiple computers. And what we've added to this monitor for 2021, we're actually replacing an older version of the same monitor. What we've added to 2021 is we've added an improved docking system. So it's got a USB-C port built into it. And that USB-C port will provide a full 90 watts of charging power to any device that you connect to it. So if you've got a MacBook or even a high-end PC that uses USB-C charging, full charging can come straight from this monitor. Additionally, those USBs that I spoke about were for the keyboard and mouse. Those will go over the Type-C as well. There's also an Ethernet port built in. So there's a gigabit Ethernet port built into the monitor, and that gigabit Ethernet data will get sent through the monitor into your laptop via that USB-C. So it really is one cable. You're getting the power, you're getting the internet, you're getting the USBs, all going downstream, and then the video and the audio from your laptop are going upstream to the monitor.
I do have to ask, have you tried it with one of the new iPad Pros? Does it work at all that way?
That is actually a good question. I've not tried it with the USB-C iPad Pros. It probably won't fill the screen because I don't think they'll do the full ultra-wide aspect ratio, but it should work. It should work just fine as far as charging and sending data and audio and USB.
Okay, so it might be a perfect monitor, a secondary monitor for somebody that is running nothing but the iPad Pro. Of course, the mini LEDs versus this will definitely give people a better understanding as to how things look on different screens for sure. So, and that's also calibrated, right?
It is color calibrated, correct.
Okay, perfect. And how much was that?
This one has a street price right now of $749.99.
Okay, and then that's available. The new one's available now, or the previous model is available?
Yeah, the new one is available now.
Okay, perfect. So, all right. Wow, a projector and 4 different screens. I know. I have a feeling I'm going to have no wall space anymore with getting computer screens going. So, Where do people go for more information?
More information, we always direct them to viewsonic.com. We have all of our information there. They're from the media. We have a link to our media press kits on the website as well.
Okay, perfect. Well, Ray, thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot for watching this interview. We got a lot more over at geekazine.com or youtube.com/geekazine. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, that bell notification to let you know when the next video comes in. Of course, you can follow all the socials. And until next time, you guys geek out and take care.